Matthias Solana on the touchlines. And joining me in the box on colour commentary today is the former Warrior, current legend, Matt Jordan. Matt, how are you today?
I'm all good, John. I think this first few minutes is really important for both teams to settle in, set their storyline, and show how much they want it for the rest of the game.
Good defensive phase there from the Warriors. Not rolling away. Palomir traditionally wants to keep his field particularly clean and tidy, so he will jump on those infringements if you are messing about on the floor. Tumpy with the bicycle shorts on. Nice little daisy cutter there, bringing the play up to around about the halfway line. First couple of games of the Warriors season so far, the play has been speeding up. They've been looking to actually inject some pace onto the game, and it'll be interesting to see how HRC play today as well. Traditionally, using a similar blueprint, quite honestly, to how we saw the ladies play, they have a philosophy that runs through the club, getting around the outside and overloading the wide channels. First line out, Warriors also doing a bit of a walking. Yoga Jesus comes up in the air, but HRC are stepping through. There's a good bit of running there from Gianmarco Idinza. Turnover good. Tumpy, I would say, is the master of momentum changing plays, trying to put the ball down the field, but there's a great bit of a counter-attacking there, and there's a bit of an overload, but the HRC players have all stepped in and taken the space away from Jonas Bass. John Paul with a good carry there, but net and the ball was lost in the tackle. That was a meaty bit of work from all people involved. Really putting some pace on the ball, and if you can understand, that's a try, but super impressive. I don't want to use the word super, but extremely impressive start there from HRC. They are really running with intent and not letting the Warriors settle in defence. I'm just wondering if the HRC hooker should have another 6 on the back of his shirt. It's 66 at the moment, maybe a third 6 is more appropriate for someone in that position. The distinctive blonde mop of Axel Sinitalo Nunez on the loose head. He's really got a bit of a job here to do, because the best way to disrupt the scrum is through the tight head, splitting the hooker and the loose head open. That's a really good drive straight up, but that's good strength all round. Looks like the loose head side of HRC managed to get a bit of a turn there. Excellent defensive work once again from HRC, but it looks like that was a fair contest, and the Warriors have got the ball back on their side. Perhaps falling onto the wrong side. No, not releasing the tackler. That was razor thin. He was right on top of him, in all fairness. That was a microsecond too soon, I believe. Tumpy Finnell. Wanting a little bit more distance than that, I would imagine.
Bit of an early wake-up call here for Warriors, I think. They'll have to be on their game here in this first line out. Make sure we keep it. Clear our lines. HRC will be looking to disrupt this for sure.
Yeah, both teams opting for shorter lineouts. Good lift at the back there, but straight through the hands of Manu. Not Manu, I apologise. Chris Denham, I believe. Really motoring forward.
HRC on there, so Warriors get the penalty. Very quick working from Tumpy.
Tumpy's got his rangefinder in, and that's a good clearance over the head of Dolph Lundgren, Ivan Drago. Big boy. quite a few lineouts here, so we get to see what's actually happening. That back ball, Costi would be wanting to actually collect that ball. Small tweaks and I think we'll be in business. Getting in front again, HRC, that was really, really good work at the front of the line. It's so important to jump in front of your opponent in the lineup, because that's how you secure the ball. Costi with a good carry. HRC up inside. Brad Gina really causing some problems, and that was a good hit again. That's been touched in flight, so everybody's onside. HRC collect. And they're shipping the ball wide, and the fullback is coming in on the HRC side to create that overlap. And there's an advantage there. Probably, okay, interesting 50-50 play. Tried to regather, but Warriors collect the ball. I didn't actually see what the penalty was for. Was it a high tackle, was it? HRC really good at creating those overloads in the wide channels. Fullback is always looking to join in, and they're really good at executing attacks down those flanks. Warriors have really got to look out for that today. HRC really keeping their backs quite wide across the field. They spread out nicely. Driving ball. He broke off a bit early there. Might be a bit isolated, but really good recycling of the ball on the floor, pushing it back very quickly so the ball can pass out quick. Jump ball on the ball right now, number 8, but accidentally crossing into his own man. A little bit of execution there, causing the mix-up. But I'm very impressed with the ball speed in general from HRC in these early phases. Tumpy doesn't like that bin, apparently, which is fine. Bin can take it. What in your mind have been the traditional strengths of HRC, and what are you expecting to see from them today?
I think traditionally they're a really physical team. Nowadays they've got the speed to back up the physicality as well. So I think it's going to be really, really important for Warriors defence to be awake on the ball and cutting those strong runners.
Yeah, for sure. Yoga Jesus couldn't save the day there, unfortunately. The ball was not straight. When two teams are so evenly balanced, it is the execution that usually dictates or indicates who's going to win. So, it's particularly in set pieces, you want to try and get the ball out. I've actually been really impressed with HRC's coaching evolution. They really do seem to have I don't want to use the word lightly, a philosophy in terms of how they play. It's very coherent. The backs attack with purpose, and I think a lot of that is down to scrum half, Jake Pratt, who's also the coach. Running from deep. HRC 13 had the ball. Tucked everyone's shoulder. This is what I mean by Trump's being someone who really can shift the momentum of the game. He understands how to break the flow of the play, and he finds his spot. But if the HRC 13 Dario Cordiaris had the ball in two hands and released, there was a good opportunity for a try there. Good kick from Tom. I think he had to just clear that blank out of the chamber, and now he seems to have his sniper rifle sights on. Tumpy coming in to throw. Oh, hang on a minute. That was a smart move from Atsu. He actually kept the key detached, and instead of going back on and rejoining, he hit into the HRC man, otherwise that would have been an accidental offside. Leonardo Fierro there really causing problems at the ruck. Getting people coming to the middle and speeding the ruck up. Good attacking position there. If you could be out there on the field as a back, what would you do in this position? What's your favourite kind of attacking face play from this sort of position on the field?
I'd like to be going wide, really wide. Keep the back line stretched, create the gaps, and find someone to one of those big holes.
Beautifully said. Going wide, big holes, excellent work. Okay, both front rows are rising and HRC reset there nicely. Okay, that is excellent work, I would say, from the HRC number 8. He came straight in, was on his feet, and reclaimed the ball. Shouldn't be going to the floor. That actually, I'm not sure if I agree with that. That kind of, I don't know, if the ball doesn't get to the floor normally, it's should be the opposite team ball, but I guess he wasn't actually releasing the tackler. Nice little touch finder there. Australian Undertaker catching the ball perfectly. The line out has really developed over the past couple of years in Finland. Traditionally, it was just throw straight up and catch, very predictable. But as defences have improved, the need for variation has actually come to the fore. But again, it's a short line out. There's a couple forwards carrying it in the midfield, and it's straight up at the front, not straight. Execution once again a bit lacking. You really want your hookers to be quite precise in how they handle the ball. Now both front rows initially rose, but HRC reset and got underneath Warriors at the last scrum. Warriors are going to have to get their body angles right and make sure they maintain a low posture. Otherwise it's going to be a long day. Tumpy with a smart little question there, asking if they were inside or outside the half because the 50-20 might be on. Turnover is on, and the ball is going wide. Santi actually stepping up to the line where the Warriors 14, which was a risky but brave move, and it ended up stopping that overlapping. There's a knock on, trying to be capitalised on. We're going to go back in for another scrum. Yeah, the HRC tight head, I haven't been able to see the loose head side, but he's definitely trying to split the scrum. Warriors loose head, Axel Simitala and Nunes doing a very good job there of holding his ground. The key is there's a lot of weight coming through on the loose head side from HRC. Just putting pressure on our tight head. Now we're going to need, Warriors are going to need a clean hook here, and they're going to need to get the ball out as quick as possible. That's good play. Banana kick there from Thomas Fennell. That could end up looking like a great, yes. I have to say that's one of the better kicks I've seen in recent years on a pitch. From the outside of the boot. It's going to end up our ball because it was kicked from inside our half. I've got to stop saying our, I apologise. Warriors half.
I don't think people really realise how difficult that kind of kick is. The accuracy involved to get it right into the corner. I think that's one we can all appreciate.
HRC don't look set up to actually compete in the air at the moment. Maybe they're going to be looking to disrupt it in defence, but let's see what happens. Oh, Thomas Fennell with a great feat there, managing to get his way out of, I would say, 7 HRC players who are ready to line him up. Low body angles are really going to be the key here. There's an offside, not rolling away on the floor. Thomas Fennell with a quick ball, and he's going to slow things down a little bit as the kick was not taken from the right spot. Once again, big carry. Lower body angles needed at the ruck for sure. That's a good clean up there from Sindicato Nunez, securing that ball. And there's a good low body angles again from HRC defence. They are taking the Warriors boys who are coming in a little bit high.
A little bit of ill discipline here from HRC, right on their own try line. I think it's really important now for Warriors to settle down and look to create something.
Yeah, I agree that the discipline is ill, but also I think it's coming from good pressure. You are desperate to clear your lines, and sometimes you dive in where maybe the opportunity isn't actually there to get the ball. So there's a fine line between disrupting and competing. And that's a knock-on. HRC with the ball then. That was not the most forgiving of passes, especially for a forward who's looking to take the ball going, into the pack. You want to give them a ball so that they're able to dip and get a lower body angle. That was quite high and quite fast.
And these are the fine margins in rugby, John. You're within centimetres of scoring or centimetres of losing the ball. In this case, Warriors lost the ball. Now we'll look to regain, I guess.
There's a good opportunity to get the push on, but you can see the front rows from both sides coming up. I think HRC are definitely getting underneath the Warriors front row at the moment. It's a good kick. I'd like to point out to the crowd who are watching, thank you very much for coming down, and if you are in need of coffee, cakes or sausages, head over to the little cafe over there, the Warriors Cafe, and we will get ye sorted. Mobile pay, credit cards, gold bullion, we'll even take I don't know, corrupt favours, whatever it is. An I owe you, a you owe me. Just go over there and buy something. Okay. That's great. Yeah, sure. We'll swap. Good carry there from the line out, and HRC putting a bit of a momentum. Warriors a little bit in position there, and that's a knock on, I believe. can get one hand to the ball. Normally you can get two hands to the ball.
Finally we made it.
And in that way, it's more secure.
How's it going?
Okay, he's going to go for a knock on. Defence, this is a very important scrum here. Warriors need to clear their lines. And HLC have a very good opportunity here to turn the screw.
He's going to get it.
It's a good push, but really well held. Thomas Fennell kicking through the lines, and there's Mickey on the ball. Good spin at the tackle. And you can see HLC straight in over the ball there. Staying on their feet, really good technique. Causing a lot of defensive pressure. But Warriors have ended up the ball. Thomas Fennell is taking a little bit of a crack. Yoga Jesus, parting the Red Sea, or the Blue Sea. And it looks like retaining, yes, without support, and essentially team over. Looks like we've got a bit of an injury here. To the scrum half. Toby Final showing a yellow card. Okay, a lot just happened there.
You ran out of me. I'm allowed to pitch that one. That's not even a penalty.
Toby, what was the yellow card for?
That's not even a penalty.
Naughty Jet, don't be.
Okay. Okay, looks like it was
Throw the line out now.
a tackle that was maybe lacking a little bit in technique that has caused Toby to go and sit on the park bench. Unlike in American football, you do have to make an effort to wrap the arms in rugby when making the tackle. Otherwise, it's a body check, and that's not really good. It looks like they're clamping down on that stuff this year. And as a result, HLC get the penalty where the kick actually landed. Okay, first opportunity to get some points on the board. Probably smart at this point, Matt. Or would you have gone for the corner with the lineouts being what they are?
I think it's a really close game, so taking your points when you can is really important. I think once we get the restart, I think it's really, really important now just to tighten up as a unit with one less man on the field for 10 minutes. Yeah, it's going to be a tough 10 minutes.
Yeah, I think so too. Lineout probably could have been an option, but it appears that both teams might be lacking a specialist thrower today. I'm not entirely sure. At least Manu's on the bench for Helsinki, who has got some good darts on him. Psychologically, it is important to get points every time you visit the opposition third 22, for sure. It takes a lot of effort and to actually get into that position, so you do kind of want to get away with some sort of reward for the effort you're putting in. A couple of really good phases of play so far, especially from HRC, with Warriors absorbing the defence, absorbing the hits, and then finding good position as well. Let's see how they organise now. Relatively deep kick. It's a good chaser. It's a very good tackle there from the Warriors 8, Ben Anderson. And the second movement on the floor after being tackled is the reason why he got penalised there. And now, much like having their dad off the field, the Warriors now all have to figure out what they do next. Yeah, with a good kick into the corner. Very good field position here now for the Warriors. HRC didn't actually opt, if I remember correctly, to jump last time. Maybe there was a lift at the front. Okay, they are competing. And Ilya got it very early and got that ball away. The Crabby's on the ball now and he's looking for Mickey. Good defensive play. Warriors a little bit slow to set. Probably needs, oh, bit of a loose pass there. There's a bit of an intensity mismatch on the Warriors players right now. Some guys are really trying to bump the momentum up, and other guys need to step up to that level so these passes start sticking. HRC are all at a very similar level of intensity. They're all looking to move the ball on quickly. They're very cohesive at the moment. Quick shout out for the Warriors sponsors, the Lazy Fox. The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog. I forget what he jumped over. But the Lazy Fox, for your post-game eats, and then Aussie bar for everything that happens after that. Don't do anything junky with it. Good offload. That was a good tackle. Didn't lift over the horizontal, so play continues. But that's really good carrying from HRC there. Taking advantage of a bit of disorganisation around the side of the net and putting some big bodies into the right place. Like somebody's dad playing rugby with a bunch of kids. Ran straight through. It was good play. With a guy like him, you need to go low, you need to take the leg out. If you're going upright, you're probably only going to be reaching his nipples anyway, so I would go low on that. We seem to have fallen into another pattern of play here, Matt, with HRC really cranking up intensity of set piece, but also from turnovers. Warriors getting field position through kicks. What the Warriors need to do now, bearing in mind that they have their playmaker off, what the Warriors need to focus on for the next few minutes.
They just need to look to reset now. Get time as a unit. Just do the basics right well. We're down to 14 men. Nothing too special at this point.
On average, it's a good kick again. Straight through. 10-0. I think the average points conceded during a yellow card is usually 8. So if you can stay under that, you're doing well. We're at about 7 at the moment. Maybe it was the penalty also conceded during the yellow card. I forget. No. But right now we're going to need to see a real intense chase and a chance to turn the ball over from this kickoff. You want to give your chasers a good chance to actually get to the ball as well, to not go too deep. Got chip straight into 13, that he's slotting in and then passing the ball quite wide again. And they've overloaded that channel once again. Quick hands, overload the channels, get the fullback coming through to create the overlap, and then you see a point. It's good play, I have to say. right in front of the sticks. Should be a formality to stop this one. Got Emilio Pardo. I think it's changed actually. Yeah, straight through the sticks, 17 points to 0. Warriors really need to get on the score sheet now. An aggressive defensive set for the next few minutes is going to be one way in which to actually swing the momentum here. With a slightly less good kick than the one that Tumpy did. Looks like the referee has also been put in the naughty step chair as well. That's a better kick-off that was a lot shorter and good competition on the floor. I do believe that Magnus was offside there, nobody spotted that. The Warriors 12. But now there's been several phases in which HRC, it took them to get to the touchline because of a shorter kick-off and more aggressive defense. Looking for space over the top. Probably with an excellent bit of work there. And now there's an opportunity to find some space. Mr. Anderson cutting back in against the grain. Off the feet there, I believe, at the rock. Yeah. The HRC defenders were forced to go off their feet there because of the long present from Ben Anderson. He pushed the ball so far back that the HRC guys got greedy, tried to reach in, and then they ended up on their knees. That long present is really important. Probably with the Aussie rules. Is he off balance? No, actually, that's just how he kicks technique. Mr. Finnar back on the field now. A little bit of a reshuffle needed. I understand the benefits of a short line out from, giving a much wider range of spots for the defence to actually go up, stretching them in a certain way, but also on the other side, that does leave more bodies in the midfield. So to capitalise off a short line out, really driving maul is one way, but the other way has to be to get around those forwards if possible. Good hands. Good hands. And that is excellent defensive work again from HRC. Excellent. I would say that actually requires quite a lot of fitness to play the way that the HRC do, because there is always a second man there behind the attacker going in over the ball. That's something they're clearly focusing on. And the technique is very good. Good communication there at the back, and the kick, keeping it in the channels. The defensive line is quite good there for the Warriors. The kick is pretty short. Good work from Nicky to actually hold up the defence. Good low body angles once again from HRC. Has seen them and forced the penalty once again. Body angles are a clear issue here for Warriors. They need to fix that, get lower. And as is traditional, 10 metres being walked back for arguing with the referee. Let's not do that, boys. This game's all about respect. Whereas the Argentinian captain said to the All Black captain, respect. decent little nudge into the corner there. Be interesting to see how Warriors defend this. Are they actually going to go out and compete? Or are they actually just going to stop what could be the drive? There is always a temptation to drive it over here from the driving maul. You really have to know what you're doing if you have a short line out, a 5-man line out. A little bit of shenanigans there, moving people out of the line, so there's a clear gap down the middle. And it looks like they're going for the drive. Very good defensive drive there from the Warriors, who have knocked HRC back. Depends on where the ball is. As you get to the floor, it is on the floor, so HRC retain, but they are a little bit further back than they would like. Still in a fantastic attacking position. Quite slow ball, so opportunity here to really come up into the line. That's a good hit from the Warriors. And HRC number 8 taking the ball up and recycling. Quick ball once again from HRC. They're really trying to move the ball quickly and not let the Warriors line reset in defence, and they're trying to find those holes. It's a good tackle. I would say that HRC were off their feet there clearing that ruck, but play on. The ball goes wide, it's a 2-on-1, and that's a try. Really clear, coherent rugby. They're using the speed of the ball to move the Warriors pack around, and the Warriors pack is not able to cope with the pace right now.
It's just simple rugby, John. You're looking to create those 2-on-1 battles all over the field. And in that situation, you just get a 2-on-1 on the outside. It's a try every time.
I think you're totally correct. I think the intensity is really good from HRC. They're really looking to go forward. They feel confident going forwards because they know that there's actually going to be a nail on the shoulders as well. And just well coached, but the intensity is also a really important part of this as well. They're able to play at 100% because they have a structure in attack and defence. They know where their teammates are going to be, which means they can make decisive decisions instead of like half guessing. Very, very good stuff, very impressive stuff from HRC. A little bit of a technical adjustment here in the commentary box. That kick did not go over. Short and wide.
Just like me, John.
Hey, I didn't say anything. Changing tactics here, going very deep. Defensive line is what? Defense is there, I wouldn't call it a line though, but it is there. Once again with a very good carry, but Ben deciding that he wanted to clean his shoelaces for his own. Nice little box kick into an open play. Oh, clear. There was a chase. And there's the knock on. I think they're putting real pressure on in the 50-50s. There was an intelligent box kick there from the Helsinki 9. It was at a good pace, a good distance away as well, which gave Pierre a lot of problems at the Warriors 9. He knew that there was people coming, and it actually made him take the eye off the ball. Probably didn't want to be smashed by about 240 kilos worth of human being, I would imagine. It's a good hook. And that's half time. Mr. Jordan. HRC looking quite honestly superior in many areas of the game so far. Warriors need to make some changes. What do they need to do? With HRC looking to continue the momentum they built in the second period of that first half. Matthew Nicodeme, another legend, appearing out of the shadows of the past. There's a good high kick off there with a good opportunity to put some pressure on. Nice recycling there. Slow ball though, slow ball. Approaching 10 seconds at the ruck, which is quite long. And it's another box kick. A bit too far to cause any real meaningful pressure, and Warriors have got a chance here to launch an attack. Did well there. Warriors need to get reset a lot quicker. They're going to actually start to get around this HRC defence. Costs are finding a bit of space at the middle, and we still have an advantage. So with an advantage, might be time to do something interesting. It's a good loop ball, and certainly on the wing, smashed into touch. Coming back to the advantage. Offside there. Palomir is one of the most consistent referees in Finland. He's fair both ways, he's strict both ways, but you know exactly where you stand with him. Which in the case of Palomir Field, is on the field. A little nudge there just outside of the HRC 22 with attacking ball. Now execution is going to be extremely important here for the Warriors. A couple times where the ball did actually go in straight, HRC actually got up in front of the Warriors. They jumped in front, which made it easier to collect that ball. So let's see what happens. Okay, it's a middle ball. Got a hand to it. Did go back on the Warriors side with Mika Nadhi with a good strong carry there. Nice clean there from the from the blind side there. Fossey with a good carry. Need to see more of him on the ball. More of the Warriors forwards carrying the ball with intent. That's a good carry once again. The support is there, and because of the intensity, we have a penalty going towards the Warriors. Back into the corner once again. Clearly a bit more intent shown by the Warriors forwards in particular in this first phase, Mr. Jordan.
Absolutely. I think they know they need to start the second half brighter and get on top a little bit, get some points on the scoreboard and bring some confidence back into the game, I think. I'd really like to see this line-out stick. Both teams have been a little bit loose in the line-out so far. Partially that's from good competition as well, I have to say, from both teams who seem to be jumping at the same time with each other. That's a great lift. Once again, getting in front of Warriors. That is not what I would call orthodox kicking technique. Dropping the ball onto your foot with one hand is always a bit risky. But the play continues to evolve. Not the strongest chase there from the Warriors, which is a real problem. And they are very lucky that ball went into touch, because that was try time. Okay, there's an offside there that they're going back towards. Probably because it went into touch, otherwise that would have been a try. One of the characteristics of HRC's play so far has been work on both sides of the ball.
But again, this is very similar to what happened in the ladies' game. They're kicking into space. They're finding places where they can turn the back three of the Warriors players. Because by turning, it gives the defence more time to come up into their face, which can force a turnover, as we have just seen. And now they have a good opportunity for some attacking face play. Ball tackle there. Competition there from Mr. Lamy. Did his best not to come offside. And it looks like, yes, playing the ball on the floor. This is where you can use, if I was playing, this is where I would use Helsinki's intensity against them. They're very eager to compete for the ball on the floor and to turn over. So much like a fly fisherman dangling a worm towards the gaping maw of a pike, I would lead them on and get them off the feet and get them to start committing fouls on the floor. Okay, that was a rueful smile there from Mr. Simitalo Nunez. He dropped the ball, figuratively and literally. That's it's a real issue when the line-out isn't functioning correctly, because that's 50% of your set piece. And set piece is consistency, because you know how many people are going to be in the backfield, you know in which order they're going to be lining up, so you can plan structured attack from set piece if you execute your set piece properly. First view from us on the tight end side, so it'll be interesting to see what's going on this side of the scrum. Matt, have you ever played in the front row?
Funnily enough, yes. Started my career as a hooker before moving out to the wing.
I always knew you had a little bit of hooker in you.
It's such an unforgiving place to be as well, John.
For sure. Palamia having enough of it's a great carry there with real intent from, yes, it's a problem. Oh, Costi's here. Costi. So, Warriors open side, Costi. Taking a little nap for 5 seconds on the floor. I think he's fine. Checked in and found out that all his body parts were still attached, and he's now getting back into line. If HRC had taken that ball, there would have been 2 attacking supporting players there, and they would have recycled. Warriors need to step up the game in that aspect. I think my wife's going to be happy tomorrow because I won't have any voice left.
Maybe we should get our wives commentating, John.
They would probably, I think they would probably comment on the stupidity of the game that we love. There's a good opportunity there for a competition. A little bit of execution again. But it's those little moments that help you to swing the momentum, for sure. Okay, let's see what happens now, because we've been taking a look at the tight head side of HRC, now we're on the loose head side. Now, the Warriors' tight head, Euro, his job really is to split that loose head and the hooker apart. Okay, and that's a really solid bit of work there from HRC. there's a lot of weight coming through. You can see the backs are all in line and very straight, so there's all the power is coming straight through. Good defensive tackle. And excellent work again from Thomas Finland. This is why he's so important to this team. Because he does make big plays in defence and in attack as well. It might be his third turnover of the game. Not bad for a 10. Good kick there, good rangefinder, gets up around about the halfway line. With the short line out, even though the distance is short, you should really spread your players across the whole 15-metre channel. Too bunched up, it's basically like having a full line out. That ball has been nudged backwards by HRC. And a good carry from the typical rambunctious Chris Denham. Pretty quick recycle, looking for the space. This is a tactic that they are definitely employing across the whole club, it seems. Back three positional play is definitely something of a priority here for the Warriors in defence to stop those balls from bouncing. And good collect there from Mr. Sinitalo Nunez, who's going to be happy with that drive. That's a 10-metre drive through heavy traffic. Zipping through that traffic like a Vespa. Still quite slow in terms of recycling the ball. Yeah. That's a forward pass then from the offload. There's a real fine balance, Matt, between getting, the defensive play and getting the right person on the ball and slowing the ball down to the point where the defense can organise. Yeah. Intelligent insight there from Mr. Jordan, I have to say. It's a pretty solid scrum there. Let's see what happens. We're going wide, as you can see here. The inside centre was actually looping around again to create the overlap. Where's my t-shirt? Emilio Pardo, right there. If you notice, there was a miss pass from 10 to 30, and the inside centre, Emilio Pardo, was looping around to create that 3-on-2 overlap once again. The Warriors in defence need to notice that, and they need to shift across, because a standard drift is always going to leave them a man short. Speaking of a short man, he has got the ball.
Coach! 5, 6,
Okay, good low body position this time for the Warriors. Kossi with a good carry there. And Pierre straight in. Yes, excellent work cleaning out. That's a really, really good bit of competition there. After getting into touch. And no, Ilya on the ball. Mika with an excellent bit of defence. Excellent work there, stopping that attack. It wasn't in the most dangerous of positions, but the momentum was building, so that's what you want your back row to be doing. Time off. Some jiggery pokery possibly happening
Come on, let's sort out these penalties.
Yeah, just experience like shining through there, isolating the HRC player going alone and just getting your body over the ball. It's textbook counter hooking.
Quite a lengthy discussion there. So
Stop the yapping. Hey, heads up.
let's see. Okay. Probably a little bit of a telling off there from teacher. Just calm the class down a bit.
I think it's really important as well when you're chasing like a 4-score. You can't push things too hard, you can't try to force things.
4 score and 7 conversions. A go. Oh. That's a real problem that has to be addressed. The forward handling of the Warriors needs to be better. It's putting their team under a lot of pressure right now. Thomas Final in there, unlucky, and there's space over the top. It's a good kick, a lot of pressure from Mr. Krabby.
Drop goal!
Oh, it's good play. The Warriors with a good defensive set and Mr. Lammy on the ball, but there is an advantage for offside from the kick, I believe. Would that be number 5? Mr. Korpila, Yoga Jesus. Jesus cannot be everywhere. Personally, I'd probably just kick it over. But they're looking to turn the screw. I suppose when they're 22 points up, you can increase the risk.
Rumble!
Quite interesting seeing 2 scrums caps with day glow reflectors on. Just makes me wonder, are they planning on playing rugby at night? Not entirely sure what the purpose of those are. But that's a good take, and the ball is at the back of that maul. Warriors have got quite high body positions right now. They need to actually reset and get in a bit lower. Ball broke away and is at the back of the scrum. They're going in for a close range nudge, and that is a try. Clinical, textbook, forward play right there.
And this is where like those fine margins, John, come into play. A drop ball, you know, a missed pass, very, very, very small margins, and that resulted in a line out for HRC. Good drive and a nice little snipe.
The Wesley Snipes. I don't think HRC have been tested particularly today, so I couldn't really point out a weakness in their game. But I feel like a way back into this game, firstly, has got to be better work in terms of ball retention from the forwards of the Warriors, and then better execution on the few times where the Warriors are in the right part of the field. It's a good kick, really good kick. Myllypuro stroking that one through. like a lazy par 3 straight onto the green. Matt, do you know what the Finnish word for penalty is? Rangaistuspotkut. So there's a kick involved as well.
Yeah, rangaistus is penalty.
Well, I learned something today. Time off or punishment kick? I suppose all kinds of kicks are punishments in some way. Yeah. Okay, time's back on. A little cheeky nudge there. Little cheeky nudge. That's better. A bit more variety in the play from the Warriors. And Tumpy looking for a space. Looking very agile these days. That is an excellent body position there from HRC, but they did not, because of the pace of the play, caused HRC to rush slightly and gave the penalty. Now it's an interesting decision to make here. Do you keep the ball in hand or... Okay, we go for the corner. This line out has to stick if you are a Warriors fan.
Taking 3 points there, John, like spitting in the wind.
Yeah, I've done that before and it's not a good idea. And good execution, they've got the ball. Quite high body positions right now, but seem to be dropping the hips. That's the key to a good driving ball. You've got to get down lower. So it looks a bit messy. The ball needs to hit the floor, otherwise HRC are going to claim it, which they have. They have turned the ball over. HRC keeping the ball on the field because they want to put Warriors under pressure, which they have. Probably with a decent ball, but straight out, unfortunately. By keeping the ball on the field is one thing. The second component is the pace of the defensive line from HRC, because they are forcing errors from the Warriors. It's really smart rugby, quite honestly. It's like the rugby you see on TV instead of in the park.
Maybe it's so.
Okay. A little bit of drink here. There's regular drink and green flavour. Usually quite like the green flavour. Yeah, Chris Denham's been around the block. The number 66, the hooker. For HRC, he played a very good level at Bournemouth, I believe, in the UK, which is National 3, something along those lines. he's no spring chicken. I would have more called him an autumn rooster, if I'm being honest. But Warriors is definitely a club with a good mixture of spring chickens and autumn roosters. Sidi Kaludule's getting the ball to the floor. And now, maybe a little bit high on that hit, I would say. And I'm not sure if the tackler was... That was 50-50, but again, every single player in the HRC team is prepared to go in to try and win the ball. There are 15 jackals on the field. It's a good kick that. Some pretty mysterious and beautiful play there. Keeping the ball in field. This is a time where you can take risks. Okay, time's off. A couple of subs coming in and off the field. The chairman, I believe he's going to come soon.
And that just like highlights the importance of the back three being in constant communication with each other. Rugby's kept that ball in nicely, but there was no one there to pick it up.
The HLC are looking to inject a little bit of juice into the pack and also into the back line as well. Wondering if Warriors will start using their bench soon as well. Walking in straight up at the... Oh, it's a little bit of a jiggery-pokery going on there again. A little shuffle and... a bit of a risky play there, slapping the ball back on your own line twice, but worked out for Warriors, who are now going to clear. Don't be aiming for the prams. No music. Johnny Wilkinson used to imagine that there was a person in the stands holding an ice cream and he would always aim to try and kick it down. I don't know what he had against ice cream, but that's how he managed to get all those kicks on target.
You quite often found the ice cream, John.
Okay, that's an overthrow. Oh, and a lot of opportunity here for HRC to get the ball around the back again. Warriors coming off their feet, I believe, in the ruck. Probably take the penalty actually at this point, because otherwise that was a try. Okay, just going to pop it into touch. Microphone got the face there, apologies. Yeah, I'd say probably the 1 weak area, actually even for HRC, has been the line out too. Both sides struggling with their darts. When they have stuck is when both sides have actually gained considerable ground. So let's see what the tactic is here. Is it going to be middle ball once again? They've got Mika Nahi at the front of the Warriors line. He's a pretty easy guy to throw up. Yeah, back ball, that's gone loose. It's gone loose again, but they're shoveling it on. And that should be a pretty easy ball to claim. I probably, though, would have claimed the mark if I'm being honest. Because now it's a turnover. Good tackle there from Mr. Anderson. Defensive pressure really important now, especially as a 2-3 men wide. Good step. That's a try. Oh, didn't go to hand. Going off their feet, over eager. Warriors got out of jail there. Is this the time to throw the game plan out the window and go for super chaos mode?
I'd say slightly, yes. You've got to go for something. You've got to try something at this point. Try to come away with some points at least. Something to take into the next game.
Yeah, I agree. What HLC have been really good at is using the entire field, spotting the space. They're Bruce Leeing it. They're being like water. Warriors could be like a whirlpool. That's a challenge as well when you've got your 10 throwing at a hooker, because if you do win the ball back, the playmaker is actually miles away from where he needs to be. So it limits your options off the attacking phase. But Warriors get the ball, standing start. It's a good scrap there. High body positions. Okay, now digging the ball out and doing something with it is going to be important. Fossey coming onto the ball at pace. He's off his feet there, number 8 for HLC. Did really well to not commit a penalty. You almost didn't want to put the ball down there. You've got to give it to the boys, the Warriors boys, for trying to make things happen there.
Yeah, if the kick comes off, it's a definite kick through. Yourself. If it doesn't come off, you've got no one at home. As it showed there.
Yeah, I agree. See what the boot of Mr. Pardo is like from the touchline. I remember Dan Carter, the immortal All Black fly half in 2008, playing down in Dunedin, which is basically like the Windy City. And he pretty much kicked the ball with his left foot from this sort of position directly across the field towards the 22, and the wind took it.
That guy's made something else now, right?
Carter. Just hooked that one a little bit. Still a good effort though. Okay, we've got about as much time as is left on Palamia's two hands. So I'm guessing under 10 minutes, unless he's got an extra finger I don't know about, which is possible. It's a good restart. It's an opportunity to get in amongst it and get the ball back. Restart's really being a set piece in a way. When done right, you create that corridor of uncertainty where you do have the opportunity to win the ball back, as we just saw here now. So a good high steepling restart with a great chase. It's definitely going to help. Let's see if the ball sticks now from the line out. That's a good throw and a good catch. But pressure again. Oh, and a good hit. Seeing the Warriors in the HRC 22 for the first time in a while. Okay, HRC pretty flat at the moment, but they're finding the space. Good kick back. Same space might be available. And that is offside, I believe, from Santi, who has to make an effort to retreat behind the kicker. You can't just wait. That's a knock on. Or maybe it came off his face, which is equally embarrassing. But again, the back three of the Warriors vacating a lot of space. This is by far and away the most complete rugby performance in terms of all of the different facets of rugby I have seen in person for a long time. There's not just one channel that HRC are using to attack through. They are using every single facet of the game as an opportunity to attack the Warriors. Everybody on the team is working hard in defence. They know how to overload the outside channels. They've added intelligent box kicks and attacking kicks into space where they are turning the back three of their opponents into their arsenal, and they're going to be very difficult to stop this year, especially as they are missing a couple of players as well. To be honest, I think this is good for rugby in Finland because this is the benchmark at the moment that people have to reach. It helps people raise their standards.
I have to appreciate that crossfield kick. The weight on that is absolutely perfect, and the chaser is just as good. I like the old cliche, kick is only as good as its chase.
Because the 9 is doing the kicks, he's doing them early. If you pass from 9 to 10, there is a possibility defensive line can set. But because the 9 is added his box kick and also his crossfield kicks to the arsenal, you're using the space before it disappears. George Mossford with a torpedo this time, just opting for a different kind of kick. Let's see what else he's got in his locker. It was a good restart last time and there was a good field position. Let's see if the Warriors can do the same. Another good kick back, really good kick. And fair competition there. Okay, taking out to a ball carrier. With a good bit of footwork there, making some yardage. Okay, HRC coming off their feet at the ruck. Got to stay on your feet, people. And it's a quick tap and go, but Costi is by himself. Straightening over the ball, but the ball has been secured. The Warriors a bit static right now, and that's an open competition for the ball. It appears to be on the Warriors' side. And good attacking momentum there from Myllypuro. One of the few bright spots for the Warriors today, I would say. Oh, that was a high tackle, I believe. Looked like the shoulder from here, but maybe not. Maybe my eyes aren't what they used to be. Keeping it. Okay, somebody's down. Looks like the byproduct of either the tackle or the ruck. always good to take a status check if you've had a little bit of a bump, just to check everything's compass mentis. There we go. Back on his feet. Maybe he was just thirsty. That was a bit better there from the Warriors. Running onto the ball with a bit of pace and forcing HRC to scramble a little bit in defence. Okay, Ilya looks like he's struggling, so he's off. The Jakobs wizard himself. A bit of a conversation between three men with very different body shapes. And looks like Omar Gutierrez is coming on. Fascinating game. I think the sound of the referee's been pretty good as well. It's been pretty consistent and fair, at least from what I've seen over from this side of the field.
Yeah, no complaints there. So it's been all down to the players today, their own discipline, and say more for the most part have been fairly disciplined today. But yet they're still on the wrong side of the scoreboard.
Quick shout out to the Warriors Cafe located by the side of the stands. If you feel like you need a coffee, a coffee, or you need a cake, I can't do that in a New York accent, I'm sorry, a cake. Get across there and put something inside your face. Yeah, Palamia seems to have mellowed in these later years. He's allowing people to talk to him, which is good. Communication is really a focus area that I've noticed that the referees in Finland have focused on over the past years, and it helps the game to flow as well. And that is about as good a kick as you're going to get from that position. This is the opportunity, this is the place where they need to execute now. Who is your favourite referee who is not present today now?
Put him in the spot there. I think Steve Walker, really good ones in my club.
And I also love the sanction chaos that Chris Gibbons used to provide. Overthrow to Sinitalo Nunez. Manages to recycle the ball. That was under a lot of pressure. I'm pretty sure it's going to be bump and grind now. Get the ball over by the inches. There's an offside there. Probably want to be taking it a bit quicker. Okay, what's happening? And it's a tap and go. Oh, actually with hits the blue tsunami. Ball has been recycled. Good bit of defensive play there. Looks like Sinitalo Nunez is a bit injured. Probably needs to get back onto side, but holding his shoulder looks like he might have a stinger as play progresses. That pass was a bit static, it put Toby under a lot of pressure, but managed to dance his way out of a bit of trouble there, a bit of traffic. Stayed on his feet, got the extra couple inches, and okay. Another offside. Penalties racking up. Going to be a yellow card soon if this happens once or twice more. Okay, Atsu seems to have recovered, and that is a try. Getting over the scoreboard. You want to get rid of that, mate, for sure. I'm going to return the question that you asked me in the last game to you. Who's stood out for you today for HRC?
Älä sano mua ikimuistiksi, mut se niinku äiti, mutta se on vaan innostavaa näistä. Onko se siis päästy?
Yeah, Jonas is down like 10, considering his normal position.
Tietääkö se vetää? Tietääkö se tulla?
Ei se nyt pitänyt. Kyllä siitä oli puhetta.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. It's been a really interesting, now that you say it, the 9, 10 and 12, that inside-back combination has really made a big difference. They've offered 3 very different kinds of threats. With Jake with his box kicks, Jonas with his wiser as 7-foot giant playing at 10, and then Emiliano at 12. Looping around and creating those wide overloads in the outside channels. On the Warriors side, I have to say Mika Narhi has done really well in defence, putting in definitely some good efforts there. Costi, as always, has been a willing carrier, keeping his gas tank going throughout the entire game, as has Mr. Simitala Nunez. And Tumpy has once again made a difference. Yeah, off his fair feet there. If you come into the ball and you put your hands on the floor, you're going to get blown up. Not literally, but figuratively. The referee is going to blow his whistle. You will not explode. Okay, looks like there's not much time left on the clock, so we're going to be playing out from here. Shipping the ball, that's good defence. Problem with shipping the ball when standing still is that the defensive man outside you can run onto it, but that's good gas to get in. Ooh, I tell you what. Yeah, Matthias flying in offside there. I understand his frustration, but that was a bit naughty. The Warriors 12. Scrum half carrying the ball up. Good defensive hit there. And the ball seems to have spilled loose, which is going to be a Warriors ball. Actually, Simitala Nunez, I love saying his name, with the traditional prop cramp. Let's get the electrolytes in the boy. Anyone got anything salty?
Se on hyvä, se oli sieltä Turussa kokaan maassa.
I'd like to see Warriors get on the scoreboard one more time.
Vai säästäänkö Jiri-peliin noi eväät?
How important is the experience in the games? Just saw there, an old dog like Tumps skulking around, managing to slot the arm with the HRC player to force the knock on. How important is experience in that?
Me käytiin palauttaa meidän arvat, mitä me ollaan joulusta säästetty.
Experiencing loss and win
Veden ja juoman jälkeen, niin 20
lets you know that it can be done. So the big players, or the people that tend to make the big plays, know that they have an opportunity to influence the game, and they're not running away like a homeless chicken. What they're doing is spotting patterns and they're spotting gaps, things that they've noticed several times in the past. This is why Tumpy is really, really good at actually doing turnovers, because he knows he's looking at the supporting players before the tackle is even made. So he knows that he can go in and get that jackal. Or he knows that the pillars are not in place, there is an opportunity to reach through and tap that guy down. HRC right now have a winning coach in that club. They've won pretty consistently over the past 2 years against us, using many of the tactics that we've seen today, but unlike many clubs that find success, they're evolving. They're adding weapons. Now Warriors, in order to avenge this loss later in the season, they're going to step up by putting pressure on the set piece, winning some front football for the backs, but also they're testing HRC to actually expose where the weaknesses could be. I think that in particular, one of the key differences has been that every single HRC player on the field is a jackler, which means the backs are not standing out. They're actually going in to win the ball because they are seeing it almost as an opportunity to attack and turn the ball over. They know it can be done. They're obviously training it. They've all got really, really good technique. They're going low. They're going straight in. The majority of the time they're staying on their feet. And the turnovers must be in double digits because of this. So if that's the case, the arms race has to be that the Warriors then get there earlier as well. Excellent bit of work there. Danger of a high tackle there possibly, but yeah, high tackle. Help him! And ball is coming out a bit slower than he thought. Leandro with a very, very, very good read there. And I think there might be an issue. Okay, the fast guy's running up. Let's see what happens. Yeah, that's a try. Oh, yeah, that's a try. What can I say? Be like water, Bruce Lee's quote. When you actually think about it, what it means is you take the shape of your enemy, you find the weak points and you pour through, and that is what HRC do better than any club in Finland. When they break the line, they pour through in numbers. They perfectly weight their kicks. They find the place at which the most uncertainty is in the defensive side, and they support themselves and back themselves, and that's why they scored pretty much every single try they scored today. So, despite scoring 3 tries, Jonas Bask is not my man of the match, although he has played impressively well. Ilya is asking for man of the match, but he broke some bones, so he is weak. But for me, man of the match has got to be scrum half Jake Prattley. Excellent play today, really conducting and pulling all the strings, showing what a complete scrum half performance actually means. Nice slot through the middle. And that's that.
Yeah, one hell of a game, man. Hats off to HRC. Good performance.
Yeah, excellent performance. Intensity levels are right. They've obviously done a lot of good work in pre-season, and it's going to be a really meaty, intense series coming up later on. If we're going to be getting into the later rounds, they're the team to beat.
And we've got one more game left today. It's Warriors second team versus HRC Blue Tigers. Hopefully, Warriors can put in a performance and stop the whitewash today. What do you reckon?
I reckon, for the honour and the disrespect and the respect and the blood oaths that we have sworn, that there's no pressure, boys. We don't have to win. But it'd be nice if we did.
But if you don't, you're not getting fed tonight.
Speaking of being fed, head over to the Warriors Cafe, right there on the side of the pitch, manned by Mr. Heikki Harju. He's got the capability to give you change, to take your card, and also to receive mobile pay. So there is no excuse for you to not put liquids and solids down your throat hole. Short little break now in comms before the final game. Let's hear some tunes, boy.